Love returned in rain. The evening was perfect one of those rare moments when nature seemed to slow down, allowing me to truly appreciate its beauty. The golden hues of the setting sun melted into the calm waves, casting a dreamy reflection on the shore. The salty sea breeze tinged with a faint scent of wet sand wrapped around me like an old friend. The rhythmic sound of waves crashing against the shore provided a soothing background, occasionally interrupted by the delighted squeals of children playing nearby. Yet, amid this picture's moment, my focus was entirely on Flippo, my energetic 8 months old Labrador, who seemed to have boundless enthusiasm for life. She was tugging at her leash, her glossy caramel colored fur glistening under the dimming sunlight. Every fiber of her being screamed excitement, urging me to break into a run and join her in her joyous pursuit of nothing in particular. Flippo, stop pulling, I scolded, my voice carrying a mix of amusement and expectations. But my words meant nothing to her. She looked up at me with those big, innocent eyes, her tail wagging furiously. Before making another attempt to yank me forward, just then my headset paused the soft music that had been accompanying my walk. A mechanical voice interrupted the serenity, announcing call from Jerry. I already knowing it was my friend, but my mom, who often borrowed his phone when hers was out of reach. With a resigned chuckle, I answered, "Hello, mom." She said, "Bring some milk for Flippo on your way back." And it was an instruction. I repeated the request absent mindedly. Milk for Flippo? The question was theoretical, but before I could respond, Flippo jumped on me, leaving muddy paw prints all over my black tracks. Great. I muted, looking down at the fresh stains. After hanging up, I ruffled Flippo's ears affectionately, her tail wagging in excitement. She had no idea she had just made a mess. I sat down on a low platform by the shore, inhaling deeply, letting the crisp, rain scented air fill my lungs. Dark clouds loomed in the distance, and a soft drizzle began to fall, casting an ethereal glow over the landscape. It was in that moment, the drizzle and the distant hum of waves, that I noticed her. A petite figure stood a few feet away, drenched from head to toe. She was just any girl. There was something about her, something captivating. Her rain-soaked hair clung to her face, framing her delicate features in a way that made my heart stutter. Her cheeks flushed pink from the cold, only added to the undeniable charm she carried. She was saying something, her lips moving, but I couldn't hear her. Not really, because in my ears, Ed Sheeran's Perfect was still playing, and that moment it felt like song had been written just for this very scene. "Hello," she called out again, snapping her fingers in front of my face. I'm embarrassed, realizing I had been staring. I quickly stepped aside as she walked towards a scooter that had been knocked over by the wind. As she bent down to lift it, the streetlights flickered, casting a warm glow on her rain slick skin. She was breathtaking. Just then, I felt a sudden lightness in my hand. The leash, Flippo's leash, was gone. My heart stopped. I turned in frantic circles, searching the shore for any sign of her. Flippo, Flippo, I called out, panic surging through me. The girl noticed my distress and without hesitation offered to help. Hop on, she said, patting the back of her scooter. There was no time to hesitate. I climbed on, barely registering the scent of rain and jasmine that surrounded her. Her wet hair brushed against my cheek as she revved the engine. And for a brief moment, I forgot all about the messing and the mess and the hand which I missed the leash of Flippo. Flippo's distant bark snapped me back to reality. I spotted her tail wagging excitedly near a small seafood stall. Without thinking, I jumped off the moving scooter and ran to her, scooping her up into my arms. The relief flooded me as I turned back to thank the girl, but she was gone. Yeah, she was gone. A strange emptiness settled over me. I had lost Flippo for a few minutes, but in return, I felt like I had lost something far more precious. And I didn't even know her name. The next day, as I searched for her on the beach, I couldn't have known that yesterday wasn't just our first meeting, it was the last day. Let's wait for chapter 2 to know what happened to the girl and to the guy in the story.